Yo, what was that movie? That the Eddie Murphy movie is like that infamous shit where like he was
Coming to America.
That was a great movie. You better shut the fuck
Was
up.
it the one where he's like a space cadet or something?
No, this is like a horrible movie. This is the one where he's like
bad movie.
He's like a thing with Eddie Murphy's in his head.
Oh, my name is Jeff or something like that?
Oh, the one where it's like
I
a big Eddie Murphy's head.
He's like just a thing like
It's kind of a recent Eddie Murphy.
Is it called like Dave or something?
Yeah, Dave!
I told you it was a space. I couldn't think of the name. I was thinking like Pluto, Neptune, or something like that.
Norbit
that movie
was
fucking
2007.
sucks.
I like Norbit. That made me laugh.
Really?
It made me laugh in a bad sort of way.
Norbit was awful.
You know what? I'm gonna watch The Adventures of Pluto and Nash. I want to see how bad that movie is.
It's just like terrible. It's just stupid.
That's from 2002. Jesus.
Yeah. Also, I never really liked Dr. Dolittle. I never really liked Dr. Dolittle.
You know what's weird about Eddie Murphy? Like
his movies suck.
So you got like Beverly Hills Cop, Coming to America.
That's a good movie.
48 Hours even.
48 Hours.
No.
And if you look at the history, like for Coming to America, like I was kind of shocked that movie's actually turned out to be something good.
Yeah.
Because from what I read, he was always at the director's throat. Like they never got along.
Really?
And he's very argumentative with all like everything that's
Coming
going
to
on.
America was good. Nutty Professor was good, and Shrek was good. They're the only ones I like.
What I'm wondering is like
Shrek?
Shrek 1.
But like as an actor, it's like the more he got out of being under people's control, the worse his movies got. And the more he started like doing his own thing, the worse
His
they
stand-up
got.
comedy is great.
From 84 to 80.
No, it's not.
I heard it was. I haven't
Dude,
listened to it.
so Beverly Hills Cop was in 84, Golden Child was in 86, then Beverly Hills Cop 2, then Coming to America was in 88. So like those 4 years are pretty good.
It's like
when he started directing his own movies or something, but
Vampire in Brooklyn. What about that one?
Oh my god, that movie sucks.
What about
I saw that movie.
House?
That is the worst movie.
What
is
about
this a new Paul Rudd?
what about a haunted house?
That movie is
Haunted Mansion.
garbage.
Haunted
Movie
Mansion.
called Holy Man,
I always like
Bowfinger.
Haunted Mansion. That's
Whenever
like based
I saw
on
him-
movies based on a Disneyland ride. Apart
Anytime
from Pirates of the
I saw
Caribbean
Eddie
is-
Murphy-
or shit.
Boomerang.
there was always like anytime you saw Eddie Murphy, there's always like
What's it called? The perfume in that?
Oh, Soul Glow? Are you talking about Coming to America or Boomerang? Oh,
Boomerang.
I
Yeah, the
forget.
thing where she fucking gave birth to a bottle of...
I forget.
Anytime you saw Eddie
that
Murphy
fucked up.
in like the goofy comedies, there would always be like a wide angle lens on his fucking gap teeth. And it's like, you know, I don't know how he feels about that, but his characters were always like these like weird iguanas with like buck teeth.
Iguanas.
He had like iguana eyes.
You know,
and
that's
buck
fucked
teeth.
up, Corey.
It is, but I was trying to say, how would you feel if you had one thing you probably were self-conscious about, and even though you took prestigious care of your teeth, you always still had those like gaps, but they were kind of like your thing, where like you laugh, you have your like fucking Simpsons doctor laugh. But you would everyone would always
Dr.
see
Hibbert.
that. They would always see that like tooth of yours. It's kind of like your
I
signature
like you said
thing.
that when I was saying
But it's
Dr.
like,
Hibbert.
I don't know. I always thought that was funny that everyone would always like anytime you saw a character of him, he'd look like these like fucking like just this walrus with these huge fucking teeth coming all the way down to his like what do you call this thing?
Your neck.
No, this bone. Eddie Murphy is one of those guys where I remember watching him in a few movies that made me laugh, but everything else is just like, man, it's garbage. Like once Dr.
Most of his
Dolittle
shit-
came out,
I heard
was
his
just
stand-up
like,
comedy
fuck
wasn't
this.
bad, but Stamper says otherwise.
It's like the whole like fucking thing Chris Rock does.
It's not bad. It's just nothing special. It's just like whatever.
It's like Chris Rock.
That's fucked up. I can't say that. It was, it was groundbreaking back in the day, but like now it's like,
A lot of people, like Richard Pryor and all those guys, it's all the same.
Like I showed you all that, but a lot of that is like those were kind of the godfathers of it. So like nowadays, when you watch it, you're gonna be like, but it's only because so many people have emulated that. Since then
exactly. Like
that,
even Chris Rock did emulate that kind of thing.
I know. So like you've heard it a million times before, regardless.
I don't
of
like
who
Chris Rock.
started it.
The only old school guys I'd really like would be like Mitch Hedberg and George Carlin.
Chris Rock,
Dead
man.
and dead.
They're both dead. We're going on for 2 hours now, so
That's
Yeah.
fair.
we can stop whenever.
We're having a hearty conversation.
No, it's good. I was just saying.
We've been talking for too long. All right, that's the end of that episode.
I'm gonna go watch Norbit. I don't know about you. I'm out of here.
That scene where he gets stuck in the swimming fucking pipe.
You know what? here's a funny side story about Norbit.
It fucking sucks.
No, I knew a guy for like 10 years, and he was like one of my best online friends. And then he came up to visit me for a while, and we didn't have much to do, so we watched Norbit on, I think it was Netflix.
Is it Norbert or Norbit?
It's Norbit.
Terrible name.
And then he went home, and we haven't talked since. And I don't know if it was because of Norbit or because of something that
Norbit
happened,
ends
but-
fucking relationships, okay? I can tell you.
Yeah, Norbit is known for that.
It's
You know what? I laughed like 3 times. I'm not gonna lie. Shit.
yeah. Would you laugh when she farted? She's like, "That was a chair." Is that what you fucking left?
Really, asshole?
fucking-
Every one of your cartoons has an ass joke in it.
Oh,
You're
really?
gonna crack on Norbit?
Really?
Yeah.
When have you not made a cartoon that doesn't have an ass joke in it?
I like it.
Me too, but I don't like Norbert's ass.
That's a good point. He got you there. Neither
Okay, no, he really didn't though. I don't really understand what's going on.
do I, but it's...
Listen, I'm saying the only joke I laughed at, because that's the only one I can remember, was when the girl was sitting there. She's like, "Oh, that was a chair," and she's like, "Yeah, it was a chair too." But
I don't even remember that movie as much as you do. Jesus Christ, man.
You're a fucking liar. You just remember to sit. You remember to.
Thanks
end
for
your
joining
relationship.
SleepyCast. This is Johnny Utah.
You were the last person that brought it up. You brought up Norbit.
Good night.
I'm Niall. This is Corey and Stamper. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
All right, over. Wrap.
Wait, hold on. Let's say good night in like rhythmic harmony for like the next 10 minutes.
Good night.
Good night. Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Good night. Over.
Good night. Bang!